The Last Breath was released in 2024. This is directed by Joachim Hayden, written by Andrew Prendergast and Nick Saltrese. I apologise if I've mispronounced any of those names. And we have a cast including Kim Spearman, Jack Parr, Alexander Arnold, Erin Mullen, and various others. And the performances are absolutely fine, but the rest of the film is not very good, for multiple reasons. It's about a group of friends who go scuba diving and they come across this battleship from World War II, and they get themselves into a bit of a difficult situation as they get stuck underwater, and it just so happens that there are sharks around. Pretty basic concept. In general, that's as much as I look for with this kind of film. I don't need things to be too complicated, just people stuck underwater. There doesn't even need to be a shark, but that adds an extra layer to it. So the concept, absolutely fine. But there are a few reasons why I didn't like it. And the first is that the dialogue is uncomfortable to listen to because they're obviously speaking with their equipment on, but it's really obvious. And it doesn't have to be. It's too fuzzy. It's too muffled. It's not nice to listen to. The other reason, well, I guess the third reason, is that it's just not that suspenseful. It's not that scary. There are a couple of moments here and there, but in general, it's not that scary. But the other reason, the middle reason, is that it's ugly. Really, really ugly. For the most part, we have a lot of close-ups of the characters in this really murky green water. And there are two reasons why I hate this. One is just really unpleasant. There's nothing about it that's visually appealing. The other is that because we're constantly, not always, but for the most part, up close with the characters, and it's also very dark and murky, it's very difficult to see just how vast the space is. One of the reasons films like this work, at least for me, is the sense of being stuck in this large open water. That is terrifying. And we don't really get that sense because we usually don't get to see the large space. We don't get to see the environment they're in because it's dimly lit and murky, and we get a lot of close-ups. So visually, it really let itself down. There is one shot towards the end that I love, but it's maybe a bit of a spoiler, so I'll talk about that in a moment. But in general, while the narrative is fine, it's not very scary, and I think mostly that's because of the visuals. I don't think they made good use of the space. I never got the sense that we were in this large body of water. We could have been in the local swimming pool for all I could tell, because there's just no sense of this being a large open space with water for well, maybe not for miles. I don't know how high up the water is, but certainly that would be very, very scary, and that never really came across. The shark aspect was fine. That part of it was okay, but again, not exactly scary. The performances were okay, but it was unpleasant to listen to for the most part, and visually it was really horrible as well. So not a pleasant film, not a scary film. The narrative is okay, but ultimately The Last Breath needs quite a few changes for it to be a decent film.